Okay, in this video we're going to talk about answering call lights. That's just part of the job. There's going to be times where you may have several call lights going off at once on a hall that you're assigned to. And you have to get to them in a timely manner. And I do want to add that it's not just the CNA's job to answer the call light. The nurse can answer the call light also. Whether they do every time is up to them. But they put it off all on the CNA. They make CNA's job to answer call lights, which if we're working for, we answer the call lights. But if you're just one CNA and you got 5 call lights, you can only take care of one need at a time in a timely fashion. Of course, you have to multitask too. There ain't no way around it. You know, you may answer a call light and tell this resident or patient that just give me a second, I'll get back to you. I got another call light going off, or you just have to work it out. But it is important to answer those call lights. I can give you an example, maybe a couple. I won't call the name of the facility, but I was working at a facility here in the area, not my local facility. There were several lights going off. I was busy just going through the routine of being a CNA. I go and answer the call light. I mean, I couldn't get right in there as soon as he started pushing the light. It took me a minute. I think this resident had been out for dialysis. He come back. He hadn't been in the building long. He left out and come back. Oh, so his call light was on. I go in there to answer the call light. This man is leaned back, just like he fell over to sleep backwards, sitting up, still sitting up in the sitting up position, but fell back. You know how a person can sit up on the bed and just sit back and fall asleep. With the call light still in his hand, but his eyes were fixed, wide open. So it made me nervous, and I went and told the nurse. I just told her what I thought. I said, well, I went to answer Mr. So-and-so's light, and I think he's dead. So they go in there. Sure enough, this person was dead. Okay, within about a month, the same thing happens. And this room does have a 13 in it. Just coincidence, I guess. There was another fellow. Had a lot going on, health issues. I answered his light. He wanted to talk to the nurse, or he wanted something. It was either he wanted something for pain, or he really needed to talk to the nurse. Tell the nurse. I go and tell her what he wants. She did not take it serious. She sat there. She thought he was just bullshitting. Really, she thought he was just bullshitting. So I go back. By the time I get back in there, he's dead. So I'll go back to the nurse's station and I tell the nurse. And she had something smart to say about him. It wasn't toward me, it was toward him. And after she said what she said, I just said, well, no, he didn't have anything smart to say. I think he's dead. I think you really should have went in there that first time when he called for you. So she had to basically put her tongue back in her mouth because it was like she was shocked. And she kind of, there were some issues behind that. I think she got in trouble, but she was able to get out of it. So anyway, she still has her job. She's still a nurse. And that's that. But anyway, that was Twice I walked in on here, in the last few years, somebody dying on me on my shift, on the day shift, at this particular facility. So like I said, it's very important to answer the call lights because you never know when it could be a life or death situation, or it could be minor. Um, you're gonna have light riders. You're gonna have those certain ones that stay on the light regardless. There's incidents when I go in to answer a call light and just left out of the room and made sure I did everything. Made sure they had ice. Asked them is there anything else they needed, and they still was on that call light. No sooner you leave out of the room. And a lot of times with the residents in the nursing home, uh, it's they lonely. They're lonely, and they just want somebody to talk to. So they don't understand that you got maybe 25 other people to help with or tend to or whatever. They just want your time. And as a CNA, you don't have a lot of time to just stand around in a room for nothing. Your time is got to be divided amongst a lot of people. So it's best to take care of their needs or whatever, um, and go to the next person. But I'm not saying that, like there are times though that you may have a little downtime and you can spend more time with one resident or patient than you do the other because there's downtime and everything in your shift has been taken care of other than call lights. You did all your routine. Uh Yeah, there's times that you can spend more time with one than the other, but most of the time, the day in the life of a CNA on a given shift is busy. Um, and then too, if you're tired already, you don't feel like being in one room all evening. You want to get somewhere and wind down and get ready for the end of your shift. So, but like I said, it's very important to answer those call lights in a timely fashion. And like I said, it's not always the CNAs only. It's not just their job. I don't care what they tell you in that nursing home or hospital. They are supposed to answer those lights too, especially if they see you already swamped. Um, and you can't get to them. They are supposed to go in there because a lot of times it's not just the CNA they want. It may be something they need from the nurse. It may not even be CNA related. It may be something they want from the nurse. So if you're a healthcare worker and you're working the floor, I don't care if you're a CNA, LPN, or RN, you know, uh, answer the lights. Just answer them. I know my role. I know that I'm there for patient care, personal care needs. Um, and I know that I am supposed to answer those call lights. Um, it's just a part of the job. But it's a scary thing. You go in and you answer the call light, and the person's already gone. Um, it set me back a bit when that happened to me. Within a month's time, I had two residents or patients die on me. I walk in and their eyes are open. You pretty much know when you see that. That's it. They're gone. But that's the best way to describe about those call lights, or give you examples why it's important to answer them, and make it known that it's not just the CNA's job to answer them. Um, even though they may, even during hiring, I have heard who the one that's doing the hiring stress about answering call lights, and they make it sound like it's just the CNA's job to do that. I mean, it is mostly our job because we're the one spending more time with the residents and patients than anybody else. So don't anybody in the building spend as much hands on, not even the nurses. I mean, they give medications and do a little wound care, but as far as hands on taking care of them, bathing, changing, and all that, sometimes they will help with that or assist with meals. But most of the time, that's the CNA's job. And I understand that. I understand that. Um, but anyway, that's all I have today as far as answering call lights in the nursing home setting or hospital. Most of my experience is in nursing homes, so it's just as important as in the hospital setting to answer those call lights for the residents. All right, that's all I have on this subject. Good day.